There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station.
Hello, it is the 30th day in the month of April 2024, and of course it is a beautiful Tuesday morning. How are you doing? I hope you woke up from the right side of your bed. I hope you were able to tell God thank you for a bright new day to all my brothers and sisters who are here in Calabar, precisely in Nigeria, and to those outside, in the Western world. I hope you're having a beautiful night rest or something. Welcome to the Morning Star Breakfast Show, brought to you by Starcross Television. I am Peace Smith, and I have my wonderful, beautiful, intelligent colleague right here in the studio with me. Yes, today being the 30th of April is a wonderful day. Even if you're looking at it historically, it is a wonderful day. There were remarkable activities that took place today. But before then, I would like to bring my wonderful, beautiful, handsome I don't know. Let me start with Sister Abby Rex. Good morning to you, Sister Abby. How are you doing?
Good morning, Sister Peace.
How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Today is indeed the last day of the month, and it's something we should thank God for, because from the beginning of the month, He has sustained our life. He gave us that life for free. And today being the last day is something, in the worldly setting, they normally take the first day of the month and last day of the month seriously, where they go to pay tithe and do offerings and more like a Thanksgiving something. So I think you should, even though you are not in that setting here in BCS, we should try as much as possible to thank our Father for all what He has been doing for us, starting from the beginning of the month till today. So that's all I have to say.
Yeah, of course, God has given us, or the Father has given us life for free. I know this is something money can't buy.
Exactly.
Whenever, like yesterday, it was 29th. So when I was like, I told my mom I'm so happy. Like, I don't know why, but when I look at myself, you're living healthy. You don't have a cause to go to the hospital or to visit the doctor every now and then. You can actually eat what you want, or perhaps you can provide 2 square meals for yourself. That's something you should, thank God at all times, because it's not easy. If you think I'm lying, go, just take a walk, leave your car, take a walk, stroll, go to the streets to see what I'm talking about, or you go to the hospital, you have a cause to tell God thank you. But let's hear from someone more. I like calling him, should I say it?
Please say it.
Don't say
AKA AKA Father Bernard. Yeah, he's here.
Like, I wasn't expecting
You
that.
were not expecting. That's my new name for him.
Okay.
So today he's here on set with us, and of course I know he's coming with a brown vibe. It's been long I start like this with him. So I believe he has something to tell us today, being the last day in the month of April. Good morning to you, Father Bernard. But his name is Brother Oku Akpabio. Good morning to you, Brother Oku. You're welcome.
Good morning, Sister Peace Mate. Good morning, first of all, before I start attacking Sister Peace.
I need to cover my face.
Good morning to you, beloved viewer. It's a wonderful morning out here in the city of Calabar, and also to those of you watching outside the continent, good afternoon and good evening, depending on where you're watching us from. We are having a very wonderful time here, if you can see, and we know it's going to be super wonderful, as that is what our Morning Star show represents. We bring to you everything educating, enlightening, but mostly very fun. Most of our other shows are very serious, but you see this one. This one will educate you and also entertain you at the same time. So it's a wonderful morning out here, and also, just like she said, this is the 30th of April, and when Sister Abby was speaking, everything that came to my mind was that there's so much that have happened this month, right?
For you, someone?
No, not just for me, like, in fact, I would say for the world or for the universe. Now, when you come to think about it, in brotherhood, this month marks our Father's coronation, the ordaining of the disciples. There's just so much Pentecostal. There was mega events. There was like so many things happening just this past month. So I think it's a very wonderful one. And just like I always say, I hope you're marking or ticking all your to-do list, because Sister Abby made mention that at the end of the month, people go to do Thanksgiving and all of that. But if you don't have plans for that, you may never see yourself doing it. You will just wake up as a very normal day. But what I can challenge you today is try to, if you have not been planning your month, try to start today and see how you can plan your entire month. It's a wonderful thing that you could always experience. As for Sister Peace,
You're gonna give her own name.
as for Sister Peace, well, if you've been here with us, you know that the name she brought is not a very new name. You guys know it already. So I'll just let that slide.
So now you accept the name.
Thank you, Sister Peace, for that warm introduction.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you so much. So anyone can just say, Father Bernard, I hope you will respond to that.
Don't say it. I won't actually. Father Bernard doesn't just mean Father Bernard literally.
Okay.
You get in Nigeria, I don't know where you are, but in Nigeria it has this.
There's a meaning at that.
Meaning.
Okay, that was on a lighter note. But when I call him Father Bernard, literally, he's a father. You know, the father's child is a father. Am I correct? Okay. All right. Okay. Let's leave it at that. So, Brother Oku said that today or this month, April, it has been, or it's really a remarkable month where we looked at our Father's coronation and other activities that took place in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star. And of course, we have other activities that took place today in history. Yes, but let's take a short break. When we are back, we will be looking at some of those remarkable events that took place today, many, many years ago. Stay tuned. Yeah, welcome back, and thank you so much, Brother David, Eric, and Cole, for that live performance. Yes, it's really, really wonderful indeed. BCS is the last hope of man, and it's where you get all the melodious tunes that you would ever, want, that would uplift your spirit. So before we went on that break, I told you that when we come back, we will be looking at some of the key activities that took place on 30th April years ago. So let me start. Yeah, so today being 30th of April, yeah, should I say in 1789, that is when George Bush became, or George Washington was inaugurated as the first president of the United States of America. And of course, today being 30th as well, in 1803, we have where the United States of America purchased the Louisiana Territory from France in the Louisiana Purchase. That's also we will also on today being 30th of April 1939, we have the World's Fair, also known as Expo. So this was opened in New York on April 30th 1939, and this showcased the world of economy, world of tomorrow, the world of tomorrow. And of course, it introduced many technological innovations. This is really remarkable because today we have many should I say impacts that technology has brought to man, has brought to the society. And I know, of course, you can agree with me on that. When we are looking at the telephone, the gadgets you're using, other things that makes work easier, you would agree with me that technology has, made it very easier for mankind.
All right. Yeah, that technology part, I think our television was a bonus to that initiative. So moving forward, still today in history, we have the World Health Organization declares the eradication of smallpox on April 30th, 1980, marking one of the greatest achievements in public health.
Yeah, I would like to add to that because, this smallpox, as I say, it's really one of the problems that children, affects children a whole lot. I remember when I was growing up, like when I was much younger than this.
I think we all had our experience.
Exactly.
So I can remember, not actually when I was a baby, growing up, and the immunization was taking place, and I was like, can I take it? So then the nurse who were in charge of that, they were like, didn't you take it while you were small? So at least there is a limited age that World Health Organization have approved for children. Okay, go on.
So moving forward, we also have in 1993, the World Web was born by CERN, released the source code for the first web browser and server, meaning the World Web, the www. Service we have. So it was created today. That is when it was made public for everybody to use, and that's brought about internet. Yeah.
Wow, this is like
you should have an idea. Exactly.
Because recently he just created the universe by you.
Yeah, you should have an idea.
Talk about it on that side.
So you don't know.
We will find a time to discuss. But this particular, in fact, I'm so happy with this particular segment, the Today in History. Like, I actually did this in school. World Wide Web. Now, World Wide Web literally is the internet. So basically, what he's saying is that on this set day, the internet was born.
Exactly.
Wow.
So that's when it was made public. So what do you have to add today?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, honestly. Like, it's just surprising. Now, most people, currently now think the internet is just Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, because this is what is available to us. But what happened is, in the beginning, before internet, there was literally nothing like apps. We didn't even know we get a place where we centralize everything. Even Google was not a thing. So that is why when I used to tell people, get a website. People don't know why now. Getting a websites are the bedrock of the internet. So the first time internet was ever introduced was when the
WW20.
yeah WW.
Dot. That's how we used to call it.
Yeah,
At least today you know the meaning.
Exactly.
Okay.
Worldwide.
Mm.
Yeah, it's something they also taught in during my secondary school days. I could remember when the
And
computer
people
science
work very,
teacher.
really hard for
yeah.
this. Yeah.
So
All
it's,
right,
it's very
okay.
wonderful. Today indeed is a wonderful
It's a
day
beautiful
of
day.
history. So we also have here the European Union expanded to include 10 new member states on April 30th, 2004 in its largest single expansion to date. So I don't really, what do you have to say about that?
Okay, the European Union, I think, is an international. It is
Yeah.
an international organization or body comprising of many Western states. Yeah, so I believe that one of the key reasons for the establishment of this EU is to see how they can harmonize all the Western states to ensure that there is centrality of power. You understand that there is unity, whatever they do. I think they also brought in this. How do they used to even call itself this corporation, where if a state is speaking of maybe you do not, maybe there is a fight between two warring states like in the Western world, and then maybe they come together to see how they can resolve this fight using
Like
a
a
buffer
treaty.
zone. Yes, like a treaty and all of that. But, I think one of those things was the Westphalia Peace Treaty or something.
yeah.
Yes, that helped to bring peace in. I mean, between those countries and all of that. But let's not go.
Yeah,
in
let's
that
not-
please.
let's-
so that's all. Not just like, oh, what's going on?
Go find yourself. Okay.
All right, now let me take up from there. Thank you, Sister Peace.
Sister A.
AB. You know, I like calling her Sister Peace for some reasons that I don't
Why?
know.
What are the reasons behind? Okay.
All right, so NASA Space Shuttle Discovery launched on its final mission on April 30th, 2010, marking the end of an era for the shuttle program. This is another wonderful one. You know, at the time, I always wanted to go to space, to be, what do they call people that go to space?
Astronaut.
Yeah, to be an astronaut. So, but then I grew up and learned that Nigeria doesn't have any plan like that. Like,
But you can be one. You can actually.
yeah, you could be the one to start.
But you have to fund
right?
yourself, right? Or the fund.
Starting is a very important aspect. So, when I grew up and knew that Nigeria didn't have anything like that, I was like, yeah, it might be too late to go and join US in the fight. So, that's a wonderful one too. We also have here William Shakespeare's birthday. He celebrated on April 30th, believed to be in 1564. You know William
Of
Shakespeare?
course, of
Who
course.
doesn't know William Shakespeare?
Wow, the details.
The author of the Romeo and Juliet,
Exactly.
Tempest, you know, the
You know,
Merchant
throughout
of
your
Venice.
secondary school, you get to have
Yeah.
those wonderful stories.
And sometimes when we tend to read some works of William Shakespeare, we will be like, Adao.
yeah, you normally
You know,
His
all
choice
those
of
kind
words.
yeah, the
It's
choice
so
of
nice.
words is always so, you know, nice. It makes it to like is it the, how do they call it, the England, it takes you all around
Yeah.
England spirit. I don't know how to put it and all of that. Okay.
Alright, thank you, William Shakespeare. Wonderful giving birth to you today. The famous jazz musician Duke Ellington was born on April 30th, 1899. I don't know if any of you know how to. Do you even know jazz? What
I
jazz
don't
music?
really
What about you?
Oh.
But I heard they do celebrate they do celebrate him today because he's more like he brings peace.
His music.
yeah, like he has fans base that really love him, and today they celebrate him because he's an icon.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he do
It
influence.
was probably really big as at then.
Exactly.
We're talking about 1899.
Exactly.
Wow. As at then,
Some people.
some of our grandparents were not born. All right, so also in 1900, Hawaii was organized as a U.S. state territory.
Territory.
Wow, that's nice. That means these U.S. okay, they're still old, whichever way. You know, I wanted to say that means US, they are still, there are some of their states that are recent, but that's not very recent, my brother.
I think that's when
1980s.
you know, after they got independence from their mother country, British, so they had to see how they can make a lot of settlements. Like, I think we talked about, we have idea about the colonies that they tried creating and all of that. And from these colonies, they had to make it, like, reformed it to become a state or something. So I think that's how Hawaii was rebirthed out of it also.
So,
No, Sister Peace really has a grand and
Are you
lovely
sure?
history in school.
Are you sure?
You get-
Someone should not be like, don't worry, I did make my findings and all of that. Please go ahead.
Alright, so the first International Jazz Day was celebrated on April 30th, 2012, to promote peace, dialogue, and cooperation among cultures. I think that can correlate with what happened to Duke Ellington. Okay, so also here on April 30th, 1900, Casey Jones, an American railroad engineer, died heroically trying to stop his train and save its passengers.
Wow, that's so
Wow, this
patriotic.
is-
Like,
yeah.
who would do that? Any other person would try to. I mean, in a recent society today, who would want to give his life, you know, trying to save other people?
But-
What?
Is that I'm trying to picture a scenario where you try to stop a train. Was it the driver? It
Yeah,
should
it
have been the
was
driver
the
or
driver.
something.
No, I think.
Oh, but they said he was an engineer.
Yes,
He was an-
maybe. He was. Maybe he was trying to, you know, fix something.
You know, some of these stories we may have to watch them. I don't know. There will be.
Of course, there's always a replay. That's like if you can.
And now this is in the 1900s. I don't think we discovered cameras as of then, so probably you will never see anything. So he tried to stop a train. I'm just imagining maybe he's running up with sticks and throwing it on the trying to stop a train without being in the train. I don't, or if he was in the train, how will he lose his life and save other people?
No, I
Maybe
think-
he wasn't. He was not in the train. Maybe he was outside the train.
If you know what happened, can you call
Yeah.
us in? Because we need somebody to tell us the story.
You see, if I tell you that we have a whole lot of new generation on this set, you will
Yeah.
think I'm lying.
New
Because
generation.
already it can show that Ruth, AB, and Brother Okuyeda are really, really new generation. Am I correct?
Not just you. I think there's nobody on earth today that
okay.
has experienced that event. You know, like we don't have anybody on earth today that is 200 years old. And this is like 1900s. So we don't even have anybody that is 150. So we are all babies. We are, but there are some of us that I think that are like, you know, history enthusiasts. They don't allow anything to slide. Yeah. So if you've done those studies, please do call us in.
Okay, so whatever be for what it's worth, I believe that he is actually showing a sign of patriotism.
Yeah.
Yes, which we must at every instances do that. Like, you don't have to put your life or, you know, put it there for someone else to live. But the fact that you can be of help to someone in any way that you can, please do so, because when you save a life, you know that you are really doing what is expected of you as a child of God. And of course, today in history in Brotherhood of the Christ Star has always been a remarkable one. And I would be charging you to go do your own research, and next time call us in and tell us, okay, this is what happened on this day, you know, today in history. It will be also a plus to your own, you know, when you learn. Someone once said something like, learning is one of those things that no one can take it away from you, your knowledge. Yes, it is. It stays with you. It lives with you, so that when you step out there, you can actually tell someone, "This is what I know," or you can prove yourself by what you know. All right. So that was it on today in history. Remember, we are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube, and our phone line is displayed. Like Brother Oku said, if you know about how it really happened, how the engineer, the patriotic engineer, had to put his life there for his passengers to be safe, please call us in. Let's know about it. Or if you have any other thing to add to today in history, call us in. Let's hear from you. All right. Thank you. All right. So we have a topic which we will be looking at today. Remember, we are from the word from the today in history of the engineer who had to put his life, Cassie Jones. We will be looking at patriotism. Remember, he is not the figure we're looking at here. Our father, His Holiness Olumba Ubu, is an epitome of patriotic being. He has shown us all this love. He has even indicated it in his lifestyle, in his, in how he shows, he gives his life for us in his first advent, and even in this present generational dispensation. He has proved himself for us, and he expects us to do the same wherever we go. So today we will be looking at a very interesting topic, a topic that we want you also to contribute. Whatever you think of that topic, let's get to hear you out. But it's not going to be so argumentative. So the topic of today's discussion is community initiatives tackling homelessness and poverty. I would take that again. Community initiatives, how we can tackle homelessness and poverty. When we started this program, I said something about you giving thanks to God. That if you think I'm lying, just step, leave your car for a little minute, step out, take a walk, go to the market square, just along the roadside, or go to the hospital. That a lot of persons are going through a whole lot. Yes. So today we will be looking at how can we tackle these situations, how can we help one another to harvest. But remember, a lot of persons out there are living in depression. A lot of persons you see on the streets, some of them are not actually mad. Sometimes when we see, like while coming to work today, I saw kind of a woman and a child. I feel they have been staying on that roadside for a long time. Like they have their properties outside. Like they were washing that morning while I was coming. I was like, someone might think that this person is actually having mental issues or something. Maybe the person do not have where to stay. Maybe if you can actually do something, this person might be grateful. But because we do not really go close to them, we really do not talk to them. That's why seeing that you might think, oh, this person is having some mental derailed issue or something. So now, let me start with AB.
I don't know why you started with me.
Okay, forgive me if you were not actually expecting that. Okay. So let's look at how can we bring in community initiatives to help tackle this homelessness and poverty in our society.
Yeah, I feel for me one of the initiatives we do put into play there, it's okay. Let's look at the BCS setting.
Okay,
we do have charity programs where we do help those in need, those that are homeless, those that does not have does not have food to eat, those that does not really have what to do. So now we try as much as possible to empower them. We train them.
Okay.
We build their mentality towards a certain level where they can be sustained in life. And we can also take an example of the Mercy Fellowship.
Okay.
Yeah, the Mercy Fellowship has really done a great job in helping people out. In terms of, BCS alone is like a community. Yeah. You understand? BCS is a community, so I'm bringing it down to the BCS. Okay. Yeah. So now, I think we should just look at a Mercy Fellowship as an initiative that comes in to help people from poverty. They do help people with clothes, feed, train. You understand the mentality and all of that. So that's another one. Then talking about, this community, it cuts across every board. We do find this homelessness and poverty in the rural area when we come to the government as a whole. And there was a time I went through some books and I under sociology, I happened to help someone to do something. So I had a group of idea where government just tackle all this situation with agriculture.
Okay.
And so far so good. They've identified that agriculture setting does not really impact on the people, on the livelihood of the people living in the rural area.
It does not really impact?
It doesn't really impact.
Why?
Because I will tell you why. The normal village man knows that he will make use of his hoe and cutlass and whatever to clear his environment, start planting. And now they are bringing these foreign ideas where we have this good equipment, machineries and all of that. Now I happen to note that most of these machines, they are not even good for the soil. Then most of the people, like the system itself, doesn't work effectively because of the people embezzling money and all of that.
Okay.
Now there are no teachings, there are no training to the people there, and like the farmers, the local people, on how to use these machineries to develop their self. And if you tend to, like, they don't really give, the government does not really give out this for free. You get.
I
So
don't
now-
know, but they do. I'm sorry, I'm going to put you
Yeah,
on hold
exactly.
on that. They
All
do. It's just that maybe, let's just say, maybe the kind of persons you feel who do not have entry into these things, maybe they're not aware, or you know, a lot of persons try to show laxity. Maybe they might say, no, I'm coming
Alright.
to that. They'll be like, okay, this is going to be taking place today, and a lot of persons will prefer, like, why will I go there and waste my time when I can actually go do my farm work or something. A lot of persons really don't appreciate that technology the way you should appreciate it.
That's also there, you understand. That is also another factor hindering the local man there.
Okay.
But there is also this bottleneck where they according to what I read, they said the agricultural setting is just for those that have the resources.
Okay.
Because a common farmer can't really get those things, because coming to the machineries and all of that, the government won't just give them for free. You get. Now they have to strategize, plan. They have to have that finance capability to be able to at least get those things. You get. Now the government is not really making it, let me say, being provisional for those. They are not looking at the local farmers. They are just looking at those with the resource, the already made farmers that can easily make use of it. You can't tell me that our local farmers in the village, you will see them with all this, though the idea is there, but the rules, regulation that are being stipulated is not beneficiary to them. Do you get? So I feel, according to what I read, they said government should perhaps make a very suitable system for not just agriculture. There should also be a provision for infrastructural development,
Okay.
job opportunities, you understand, so that it will enable to eradicate that poverty. Because you can't just say just agriculture and you think that farmer that is doing agriculture will come and build the road on the street. No, he won't do that. You get. He won't be able to even have that money to, let me say, what should I use, to even do one or two things to really empower the people. So I think I don't know if I'm not going deep, but there are many things to be said that I don't want to say here. It's
Okay,
just-
but you have to
just
say that time progresses.
Yeah,
All right. So
exactly.
to add to what you said about Mercy Fellowship, I still want to bring in the Mother Elizabeth Medicare Center.
Yeah, exactly.
Recently, where was it, last month or 2 months ago or so, they unveiled the immunization center. I think this is also one of the ways to help the needy in the society in terms of quick access to medication.
Exactly.
So if you have your child from 0 to 6, if I'm not wrong, even as a pregnant woman, you need your is it antenatal care or something, or prenatal and all of that. So you need to go there. It's very quick, closer to you. You need to go there and have yourself attended to medically. You don't need all the money in the world to go for your medical checkup and all of that. All right, so let me bring it back to Brother Oku. Let's look at how, AB has been able to look at the rural setting where these persons, government can equip them using, any agricultural tools to make easier their work and all of that. But let's come back to our society, live in the rural setting. A lot of persons out there, they really need this help. A lot of persons are going through a whole lot. Not just maybe if you can teach them how to fish and not give them fish. Sometimes they even need this fish even when you haven't taught them how to fish yet, you understand? So what ways do you think these people can be helped, to either eliminate or at least eradicate their state of livelihood that is, when, let's just say, maybe they don't have, how can you help them out?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. So, when we talk about helping the society, or at any point when we mention society, I feel like it includes literally everybody. It always have to be a collective effort, although it's the effort has to come higher from the governmental
Exactly.
perspective. But to everyone, imagine a society, let's say the government was working perfectly, but then imagine a society where everyone was just sleeping. Like we're not here talking. Everybody's just less concerned, sleeping, and then they wake up and start looking for where is the food, where that would be a very funny society.
Yeah.
But what makes a society, what makes a society work, is the transaction within everybody
Everyone.
at the same time.
Okay.
So, Sister Abby, let's say she's a farmer. She's farming. She's feeding all of us. We are buying food from her and all of that. Then she wants to go back and sleep. I'm there selling mattress for everybody to get so they can sleep well. And then after that, we want to, let's say, drink good water. You are there giving us good water, making sure that everyone is having good water. I think that's how a community is
That's
made.
exactly.
So, but in the case of, I want to like point very obvious scenarios, mostly that are close to us. In the case of Nigeria, for instance, I think we have a very poor perception of society,
Okay.
starting from, I would like to use the words of our former president, from the top to the bottom.
Don't mention names. Don't mention names. Sorry, don't mention.
No, I'm not mentioning names.
Okay,
So starting from the top to the bottom, I feel like we have a very wrong perception of society. There are so many ways we can help ourselves, and I feel like human beings are very good creatures. Like human beings are really nice people, but there is just a very tiny fraction of us that are deliberately wicked. I don't know how to put it.
I love the fact that you're always being clear. Okay.
Yeah, actually, I've in my years of going to stations, I've been able to interact with a lot of people, like a host of people. And there was a station I had like 800 members.
Wow.
Like most Sundays, I'll have up to 800 people in attendance in the service in one session. So that was actually in Akwa Ibom. They have a lot of members.
Wow, that's nice.
So with all of this interaction with each of these individuals and as a group, I've noticed that human beings are very nice people. Forget, there are some of them that might come and not laugh. Sometimes there are reasons why people don't laugh. But inside, if you get to know them, you will know that they work so hard to provide for their family. They work so hard to provide for their friends. They are just always trying to help. And if they had the chance, they would literally help. But most of them just don't really have the opportunity. But it's a very difficult question, or a very difficult problem to solve if there is no support coming from up top, from the above.
Okay.
Now, if you see why BCS educational system is working, is because the International Educational Fellowship gives so many people scholarship, like so many people. Like from the inception of that fellowship, they've just been scholarship upon scholarship upon scholarship. If not, we may not have scholars. If not, there may be so many people that will attend meetings and not know what we are talking about.
Yeah.
You get. So they're taking the initiative to educate as many people as possible was one of the finest decisions to empower the people to see how they can go about themselves. But when you come to a case like the Nigerians, or like us, Nigeria, in it, because there's no way we talk and live where we are sitting. When you come to our case, it's I will not just say that the government are just don't want to help, or because literally, if you look at some of the drawings on the ground, you see that sometimes genuinely they want to help. Like I think last week or last month, early this month, there was a disbursement of funds to be given to farmers. I think about 2 billion naira or thereabouts. And this disbursement of funds, I don't know how many farmers got it, but it was given out. It was
No,
theoretically.
we should say they didn't get to the grassroots.
exactly.
Theoretically, it was given out, right?
Exactly. So maybe it was given out on the news, but then you see how many of these farmers, just like Sister Abby had said, there are so many structures we've drawn out that are not favorable to the common farmer, for instance. And why we may always mention farm is because some of our first instincts is survival. And how do we survive? Is by eating food. How do we eat food? Is by people farming. If nobody's farming, we may never get to eat. And that brings in gnashing of teeth and famine and death. People will start dying. So that's why most times if you're discussing about the livelihood of us, human being, eradicating poverty, in any case, you always touch farming, you always touch, there are so many, you touch farming, you touch government and all of that. So did this actually get to where it's supposed to get to? And when she said it doesn't favor the normal, yeah, sometimes it's not even the government's fault. Now,
the system. I didn't
now,
mention
yeah.
that.
So now, this, when you want to eradicate poverty in a society, you don't look at it small scale,
Okay.
right? It's only, let's say you're very hardworking. You work 24 hours. You don't even sleep. It's almost impossible. But let's say you work 24 hours and you're a farmer. It's almost impossible for you to feed Ambo.
As an individual.
As an individual, as
Okay.
a farmer, just one farmer. You work 24 hours. You have a very big farm. Let's say we give you the entire Calabar to farm on. It's impossible for you to be able to feed just people living in Ambo Street. Don't mention Ambo Bawan.
Okay, why do you think so? Because I believe that if I have a large farm, I have large produce. And of course, I can at least, from those produce, I can attend to, let's just say maybe there are 100 persons. At least 80 would.
I'm telling you, having a farm as big as Calabar, is that not big enough?
That's big enough.
Good. Now, you have to farm 24 hours. How will you farm 24 hours to feed Ambo? When you say 800, you're talking about a very big farm. You're talking about somebody that has a, for instance, the Obasanjo farm, for instance. You see, that's a whole complex on its own. Where those are the kind of farm, when governments talk about giving out funds, they want farm like that of Obasanjo's farm. A big complex that if, not like to take up their duty and do as a government, but to support them to an extent whereby they can produce a large quantity to be able to feed the nation. So look at Ambo, for instance. Let's use, I know you, maybe I was not very clear when I mentioned if you be able to feed Ambo.
Okay.
You see the Ambo premises. Is our Ambo premise. I just want to use it as an instance. You see that big field.
Okay.
Let's say we planted rice on that big field. Rice takes about 6 months to get to fruition. So if you plant rice on that big field, the entire space in that field, you see people living in Ambo, that rice will not be able to feed those people living in Ambo, like their day-to-day feeding. If all they depended on was that rice on the field, it will still not be able to feed them. So that is how much we need food as a human being. Now you are talking about almost 200 and something million people. Every single day you eat. Every single day we eat. So it's very difficult to eradicate poverty. And well, it's obvious because even the Bible says, help the poor. And I feel like there is a notion that there will always be poor, like poverty in the land. But the best we can do is to at least bring up the common man to a point whereby they are not beggars, they are not frustrated on the streets, like you mentioned. If we can see how to eradicate that situation, I think our community or our society will really skyrocket. And one way to do that is not by working alone, but I think is by establishing a complex, establishing a company, whether it's poultry farm, but make it big. Employ people. See a way you can establish something. Just come up with something. If you look at some of our successful forefathers, they actually created something. Create something. Create a school. Create anything that you know you can make in a large quantity. I think would really help the society.
Okay, let me bring your attention to this. You talked about we have been pointing out to one source. Whenever they say they come a problem of a nation, they always go to the leader. So let's bring our attention back to that country or that state where we were practicing trade by barter. You know, I was listening to a radio program. Was it last week or something? And someone was like, do people really ask people, how are you doing these days? Because the level of hunger that is going around in the community today, everyone is for themselves, like one man to his own self and everything. But let's look at trade by barter, a system where you talked about something that if you have or you want to drink water, you have to buy from this person, and if this person have to cook wants to eat rice, you have to get from and all of that. But let's bring in the system of trade by barter. You know, trade by barter, actually, we really do not have to. Let's talk about when we never used money to bargain yet. You know, it was just, if you have rice, you give it to me and I give you yam. So if you have this, you know, if you have Gary, you give it to me
time.
and I give you rice. You understand? So there we never had this problem of I have calories, let me give you calories. Because we know that you can trade what you have for what I have. So let's bring it into this concept now. Don't you think, or would you prefer we rather go back to that society where you can actually trade with what you have? You know, maybe let's just say money is a problem now. A lot of persons can't afford a home because they don't have a rent, money to pay for the rent. Let's leave the fact that there is someone out there who can actually give them this rent. There, the society was so peaceful at some point that anyone can, wherever you are, it's comfortable. You can decide to sleep outside. You can, you know, no one, wherever you find peace, that is a home for you. That's how people see it then. So let's bring in the issue of trade by barter. Do you think that if the society should go back to that, you know, when people go back to that, it will be like we are bringing in agriculture, the whole idea of agriculture back to, or farming back to the system. So would you prefer that would also help to, you know, eradicate this poverty situation people are going through?
Yeah, that's a very wonderful way to look at it. I think if we can always, I'm not saying we should go back, but I just want to. I'm saying it's very wonderful.
To be diplomatic?
No. I'm trying. I'll be very straight, but I just want to appreciate what you have said. If we can always reminisce with what had happened in the past, or always look at how life used to be before where we are, I think we'll really solve a lot of problem. Now, I don't think money is the problem. Why don't I think money is the problem?
Like money, right now, money is not the problem.
No, money is not the problem.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the conception, the human mentality is always the problem in any factor. Now, think about in those days when we're doing trade by barter. Before, let's say you have an iPad and then I have a phone. I need an iPad and you need a phone. We will have to make exchange, right?
There is no equilibrium.
No, there is no. Yeah. But I just want to equate something.
Okay.
Now, for me to be able to have this, I had worked hard to have it. I don't know if you understand. Now, let's say you have Gary and I have let's say I have soup, a lot of soup. For me to be able to have that soup, I did so many things to be able to prepare that soup. But then at the end of the day, there is no Gary. But you, on the other hand, you have Gary. For you to be able to have that Gary, you did so many things. You went to the farm, you got your cassava, you processed your cassava, you fried the cassava. You did so many things just to arrive at having Gary to be able to exchange with me. Then she has yam. For her to be able to exchange her yam with whatever we have, so she can partake in whatever we are having, she had to go to the farm, plant, and do da. So at the end of the day, it spells out that we all have to work. You know, one of the problems the society is facing now is that we have so many people not working. If you go out to the street, you will see a large number of people. In fact, some of the, I could say 70 to 60% sometimes. I like using Ambo as, because I live at Ambo Street.
Oh, okay.
If you look at our streets, almost 70 to 60% does not work.
Why are you saying so? Is it because you just saw someone passing?
No.
Or sitting
When
there
I
and
say
feel the
when I
person's not
say
working?
when I say does not work,
Okay.
right? For instance, there's somebody that just finished secondary school. We have like almost 40% of the people living here just finished secondary school, and they're just there, and they are young. They have their parents. They're like, okay, like I don't have. There's nothing to do. Waiting for their parents to send them to school, to send them to. But in those days, before you are even in secondary school, you're already a very big farmer.
Yeah,
Not to talk, before you get to an age, that age, 16, 17, 18, you're a big boy. Like you have big bands of yam everywhere.
Exactly.
So, but in this beautiful age, your mother, your parents have already suffered to send you to school and do all of this.
25 and still.
And some will be in 25 and still be in their fathers and mothers' house and they've not sent me to university. They have not given me this, they've not given me that. So money at instant is not a problem. I think money made it easy for us to be able to exchange. We still do trade by barter, just that it's an exchange of money. Before then, if you needed this chair, you have to bring this chair, drag it and come to where you have to exchange it. But right now, you the one selling this chair, you can keep this chair at the comfort of your shop and just sit down. And me that wants the chair, I use my money, I come, on the day I want to, not just every day we are coming with chair. Who will exchange and give me goods? Please, please, I need goods. Now, for that person to have that goat, the person feared the goat and all of that. For me to have this chair, I was very talented. I looked for firewood. I turned it to, I was very creative. So, my dear, we just, at the end of the day, it spells out that we've left the notion that we have to work to get everything that we want, to a notion whereby we want provision from the government, we want provision from our parents, we are just very entitled. I feel like almost 70 to 90, not 90, it's not that big, almost 70% of people on earth today are just super entitled. Because if it was those days that you mentioned, true, everybody will know that they have to come up with something. That means when you say trade by barter, if you're not with something, you will die. Because what will you now exchange with?
Exactly.
So it's not as if it's a very perfect scenario, but it's a good way for us to learn the ways of life. I used to tell my friends, what drives this life is transactions. Like life, we live on transaction. What is in it for you? What is in it for me? What is in it for this other person? If you go out on the streets, maybe Watts or anywhere, any street, just stand there and look at what is happening. You see that everything is transaction. Somebody is coming down from the vehicle, giving the person's money. The person have driven, that one is going to buy something, gives, this one collects, this one buy. So like you see that transaction even in relationships. When a girl is meeting with a guy, he's looking for a guy that can provide. The guy is looking for a girl that can bring peace and so like everybody's just looking for a girl that can cook. So this girl have to learn and know how to cook, know how to be caring and all of it. So like it's all transactions, and we have lost that mentality, and we're now waiting for help me. Send me to a school. Send me to here. There was a time there was no school. They will not send you to anywhere.
Exactly.
You just have to come up with something. They will send you to the farm. They will not even send you to the farm. You will go to the farm because
you need to know what is there. Okay,
so,
that was beautiful. Thank you so much, Brother Oku, for your contribution. Yes, John F. Kennedy once said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." So I feel this in line with what Bro Oku is still saying. But let me still bring Sister AB into this, because we understand that a lot of persons out there who have this ability to help someone or to help other people, and then maybe whenever they want to help, you always see this social media escapade where you have to like send everything there, you understand, you have to show that, oh, I did this, you understand, or I helped this person, or to showcase what you do, even if you don't use via social media. Another person will be like, I did this for him, I did this for her, I picked her from the street and I did this and I did that. So I want you, Eddie, to talk about this. Do you think that will in any way encourage the homeless, to encourage people to see the need to help other persons, or to encourage these people to see the need to accept favor from other people?
Yeah, I think there are two ways to that, because when you use the word encourage, there are people that are there that their normal self is like they don't help people because of maybe different factors surrounding that scenario at that point. Then there are people who do help. Then why I said it's two ways is because, one, if someone is saying, okay, maybe that person that doesn't like helping sees another person that likes helping, and see how the benefit of helping has impacted on the person receiving the help, I think the person will have a change of mentality to help. That's first. Then on another note, how our father says, when you do something, you shouldn't let the other hands to know. Rather, this testimonial should come from the person you've helped, rather than you publicizing it to get. So that's just it to that.
Okay, thank you so much, bro. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, when what she's saying is like 100% correct. But you know, when you made mention of the said topic, you talked about social media, and I feel like there are like certain cases where some people right now on social media, what I think they are doing, that I don't want to be judgmental, but what I think most of the people are doing, it's not just giving alms as per giving alms, or doing charity as per doing charity. Now it's content, right?
Okay. Now using it to buy
to get followers, to get So you see, like, and I don't think it's over. That's why at the end of the day, I also don't think it's overly bad. Like sometimes there are some cultural stuffs that we grow to a point that it doesn't really make meaning anymore. Like there are some things that was like a taboo in those days,
yes,
but then you grow to a point that, okay, now for instance, somebody having your picture used to be a very big deal. Like there are so many people that would not even allow you to take them pictures. It used to be very, and in fact, let me start from the grass. When camera was invented, so many big people refused to allow anybody take pictures of them because they felt they would use that picture to kill them or like there was so many perception of that's my spirit they're taking away, that's my so a lot of people looked at it as something very evil. So but now we've grown to a point that now we don't only just give people, like people don't only just take our pictures, we take the pictures and send it to them. Like even we send it to people that we don't even like, people that we don't know, by putting them on social media. Now who do you know on social media? You're sending your face out there. So it now become very obsolete that somebody should take your picture. It doesn't even make any sense anymore. Somebody like to take your picture, just tell them, take me when I'm looking good, like allow me to post first because it doesn't change anything. At the end of the day, we still go to Facebook and you are there, your followers, we go to Instagram, you are there. So I feel like as we proceed, some of the things we used to fancy get faded. We used to don't tell anybody, you give with this hand, don't allow this hand to hear. But now we need followers.
Sometimes they have to even show it without you knowing, you know.
Yeah, we need content, and there are so many people that doesn't want people to know that I help them, and it's not a bad thing for them not, because there are some people that are just very shy, and there are some people that are very pompous actually too. They may never tell anybody that you help them, but you're not supposed to wait, like you're not supposed to expect them to tell people that you help them. So at the end of the day, life, like I said before, is a transaction, right? So you've done a transaction and you've got literally nothing back, but you've got God blessings.
That's a transaction, you know.
Relax. Now for somebody that is not a believer, this person have done the services of giving this love, and what do you think that person is getting in return if he's not a believer? So we have to just be straightforward in whatever we are doing. Now he's not getting anything, so why not? Okay, but if I post it on social media, people have not been doing this. Millions of people will follow me, and more people will even want me to give to them. Then they go about doing it. I don't think it's wrong.
Sometimes not even for the negative reasons.
No, it's not negative.
Posting.
That reason is not a negative reason.
That is what I want to
So I think we are slowly getting to that point whereby when this aunt gives, this aunt gets to know whether they like it or not. Like it's not even until this aunt tells this aunt. For some weird reasons, everything is just now open. When this one gives, this one just knows. And I think we may even get to a central system whereby if I make you transfer, like if you use the blockchain, if I make you transfer, it's just there. Anybody can go and verify that I actually gave this.
Give me money. Please give me the money.
So I think it's not overly bad, but I think we're still in a gray area. The line is, we've not completely clean off that line. So if you're a believer and you give to anybody, allow it to slide, please. Just allow the person to breathe. You get. But then if you're not a believer, or if you're a believer but you need followers and you feel the only way to use and get those followers is by helping people, please go ahead. It's not a bad thing.
Okay.
Go ahead. At least you still help somebody
least
at the end of the
something
day, right?
help.
You actually did help people, but you've gotten your followers. So whichever way, it's not a very bad thing.
Whichever way, according to Bro,
Just
it's
help
not a
people.
bad thing. Okay, so we are still talking about community initiatives. Yes, how we can tackle poverty and eliminate homelessness in our society. I know this might be our own point of view, and you feel you have more to add, or maybe you're not comfortable with what we are saying. You can still call us in, or you can drop it on our Facebook page or our YouTube live comment section. We would read it out. Let's take a short break, and when we are right back, we will continue.
Brotherhood of the Cross and Star Bayelsa State, under the chairmanship of His Grace Archbishop Honorable A. E. Achibong, Supervisory Head, Akribe Nation 10, heartily invites all children of God on and in diaspora to the launching of the BCS Bayelsa State Cathedral. Date Sunday, 5th May 2024. Time is 10 a.m. Venue BCS Bayelsa State Cathedral, Avitalin Road, Ovum Yenogwa, Bayelsa State. For further inquiries, please contact Pastor Kenegwa Amaibi, Secretary, Planning Committee, on +234 803 788 2768, or Divine Vanguard Keme Paul Alade, Chairman, Media and Publicity, on +234 902 370 0305. As a state, we also use this platform to thank our Father, His Holiness Olumba Obu, for the hosting right of Baya Peace March 2024. Come and be part of these great blessings. Petri Christ Shepherd Honorable Michael Ibinabo West, Chief Launcher, His Grace Archbishop His Eminence Oche ENB Oporum JP JSSRS MFR, the Onye Isieche Oche of Echeland, the International Chairman BCS Traditional Rulers Fellowship, Father of the Day, His Grace Archbishop Roland Omangi, Bayelsa State Administrator, Announcer. Thank you, Father.
Entire soul and energy into someone without wanting anything in return. I'll have to wait until I become a mother. A good woman is someone that, a good mother is someone that shows and looketh not in the womb of a household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Proverbs chapter 31 verse 27. Mama, you are truly an epitome of motherhood.
A mother who wraps her love around the heart of a child, keeping each beat steady through the rhythms of life, until the wings take shape, and it's time for the soul to take flight. God made a wonderful mother. Favor is deceitful, while beauty is vain.
The immortal words of great leader Olumba Obu, as recorded in the pages of the everlasting gospel, also known as the Last Testament, divinely highlights the immortal value of womanhood and women in general. I shall be reciting these great books. Listen and be inspired. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 19, verse 107. If you were called when you had no child, do not seek for a child. Here's the opportunity in saving your soul. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 19, verse 108. If you were called when you had many children, do not drive them away. Here's the golden opportunity to save your soul. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 55, verse 9. He has warned us that if a man does not love his wife, his prayers will not be heard. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 9, verse 39. You complain that your children do not obey you. Did you obey your parents? Everlasting Gospel, Volume 2, chapter 25, verse 55. The whole world has been liberated through the women. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 2, chapter 25, verse 51. Women should no longer be intimidated, illuminated, and considered insignificant. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 11, verse 12. Brethren, who have spread this gospel to all men, who subject themselves to women and accept advice from the women. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 11, verse 13. Any family, village, town, nation, and continent that a woman is at the head is under great punishment from God. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 11, verse 1. Brethren, this text is a revelation. It is a mortal sin for a woman to teach a man or have authority over him. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 89, verse 20. The woman is a part of a man. What God has taken out of a woman to create What God has taken out of a man to create a woman is love. That is why your thought and your concentration is on your wife. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 11, verse 22. Today, the women are stubborn, self-willed, and disobedient to their husband. They behave exactly like Pharaoh in the land of Egypt. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 11, verse 22. 99% of your family are governed by your wife. That is why there is no peace in the entire world. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 11, verse 11. Any woman who wants the blessings of God must obey her husband in all ways. Brethren, let our golden test be re-examined, so that you will realize that you have overstepped the boundaries of old. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 2, chapter 57, verse 9. No one is given a license to marry more than one wife. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 2, chapter 57, verse 42. The ratio is clear. 1:1, and the answer is 1. There is no ignorance of the whole issue. One man, one wife. That is all. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 89, verse 26. And he was given a mouthpiece, Aaron his brother. Wherever they went, Aaron spoke on his behalf. In the same way, women are given to men as prophets. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 89, verse 37. When I hear all these, I shed tears for the women. The judgment of all those who maltreat the women are coming, and it is very sad. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 89, verse 57. The wisdom of God is greater than that of a man, and that of a man is greater than that of a woman. Man's knowledge and intelligence is greater than that of a man, of a woman. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 57, chapter 89, verse 112. And in the same way, if God is not dwelling in you, know that you are useless. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 89, verse 40. Women are easily deceived because they don't believe in truth. They yield easily to falsehood. That is why women assume they know everything, not knowing that they do not know anything. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 89, verse 34. The opinion of a woman should be taken into consideration, as well as that of a man. Do you know the role a woman is coming to play in this world? Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 89, verse 35. I know you are still sitting down here. You still regard women as nothing. You even respect the domestic animals in your house more than the women. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 11, verse 30. Beloved brethren, whatever your husband is, wicked, poor, or whatever miserable position is, you must submit to his rule and authority in order to receive blessings from God. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 2, chapter 99, verse 23. But as many as believe in Christ, God has justified and worshipped. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 2, chapter 25, verse 52. This is the time of total liberation in the entire world. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 12, verse 68. Whoever abits abortion is a murderer. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 81, verse 3. The fact that you have money does not make you a reservoir of knowledge. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 2, chapter 43, verse 175. If you lack love, you are lost. In love, there is oneness. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 2, chapter 16, verse 26. In this kingdom, love is supreme. Everlasting Gospel, Volume 1, chapter 89, verse 46. All what you think is for money and material things, but your wife knows the intricacies of life. It is your wife that protects your soul. I still remain sober, Sister P. James Uti. Thank you, Father.
The more we all we need. We are all we need, and together we are better. Peace is all we need. Peace is all we need. Peace is all we need. Peace is all we need.
My dear, I am tired of this land. Everything is getting out of hand. How can they kill an innocent man? Seriously, if something is not done about this, I will have no other option than to leave this land. I'm tired.
Sister, hear what happened yesterday? That the Reverend Father is being kidnapped. God, what is happening in our land? How would they kidnap a Reverend Father? These people should at least fear God. Fear God. Hey, I am tired. I am so tired. God, please come to our rescue. Please. My sister, have you not heard what is happening? Only what we need is solution. We need peace and unity in our land. Yes, my sister, I agree with you on that. What we really need in this our land now is peace. But come to think of it, we've gone to so many pastors, so many churches, and so many priests, but we are unable to find the solution to our problem. But I have this feeling that there is this church we've not gone to. Calm down, allow me to talk. I know we've gone to other churches, but I think we've not gone to this particular one. And I heard the name of the church is, let me try to recall. Brotherhood of the Cross Sister. Yes. And I also heard that members of that church are called Olumba's children. And ever since when I heard that, I have this feeling that if we go there, we are going to find the solution to our problem. Yes, that is my place. Hey! And come to think of it, I didn't even notice. Why are you dressed like this? You're looking so beautiful. So beautiful, I must say. Thank you. Why I'm dressed like this is that I had a dream where the Father restored peace in Ogonila. Wait. We don't know the Father she's talking about. Who is he? The Father is leader Olumba Obu. And I totally believe that today is the day where peace and unity is going to be restored in Ogonila. And if you are ready, I'll take you to the priest who is the 144,000 virgins in charge of Ogoni area. Wow. That's great. Thank God. Thank the court of our land that we have somebody that's going to take us there. Do you all agree with me? Yes. Now I am seeing the spirit of Ogoni women in you. Since our fathers, our chiefs, and even the elders and the youth of our land have failed us, we the women are going to go in search of peace, no matter what it takes us. Do you all agree with me on that? Yes. The other one go anybody that gets it. Thank God. Let's go because we don't know who is going to be the next victim. Wait! Where is that sound coming from? What have we done to ourselves? What has happened in our Father's land? We made to ourselves by virtue the ones we've just acquired. And what has shut all these children's children. Think! Think! Yes, there is a solution. There is. Peace is the only solution. Let's say no to war and cherish peaceful coexistence. Embrace peace and dialogue. Peace is priceless. War is senseless. We are one people, one nation. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can. War cannot drive out war. But only peace can. When last did you see the man from that kingdom and gives it you're my brother, go kind of kingdom. When last did you shelter the boy, central kingdom man? Get kind of kingdom. When last did you give a helping hand to the young kind of man? Bad kingdom. When last did you eat in one place with your popo and other man? Where's the first love? Peace is the only time our Lord Jesus Christ left. Before as recorded in St. John chapter 14 verse 27. Oh God, seek peace and heal our land. Our heart is grief, but our hearts are like easy. No man can give peace except our Father. Olumba, Olumba, Opu. BCS, brotherhood. BCS, District 3, arise and call it God, the giver of peace, that is may extend to the whole river states and the world beyond. We are all we need and we are better together. Thank you, Father.
Sending troops to nations is not the answer. It's not the answer. World peace, all the peace, all the more is the answer. World peace, world peace, world peace, all the more is the answer. My God, all the more is the answer. No matter the inventions, no matter the security, no matter the governmental, want peace to ourselves, but only God, with the means of His kingdom, brings peace to the world. I tell you, all peace, all love is the answer. All the truth, all peace, all love is the answer. I tell you, all peace, all love is the answer.
So if God be for you, none can stand against you. None can challenge His authority. None can withstand His might and power. So I can never be moved by any power. Neither shall I fear, 'cause His dropping blood is my greatest defense. He has given me authority over principalities. Sicknesses are gone, problems are gone, all chains are broken, 'cause His blood is my armor. His blood is my tower. Baba Dudu Ikemeke happy wherever he is. You kids are just beautiful.
Carry your dancing shoe, wear your dancing shoe. Carry your dancing shoe, wear your dancing shoe. Dance for the lumba, dance for the lumba. Oya, 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 oya. Seki, 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 seki.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. 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 Sabar.
In Manabulatu, Sai Bobo, Sai President Manakaboto, Sai Bobo, Sai Bobo, in Manabulaji, Sai Bobo, Sai Babala Maromo, Sai Bobo, Sai President Manakaboto, Sai Bobo, lovely, lovely, Sai Bobo, 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 Sai silver and gold, Lord, we have none. Now waiting you give us, we carry combo. Accept our praises, just as we give it. I beg, oh, now throw away us, Lord. Papa, now wait till we get to come give you. I said, I wait till we get to carry give you. We not get nothing to give you that. Silver and gold we have none, accept our praises. Papa, now wait till we get to come give you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please put your hands together for this group. Put your hands. 3 minutes. So we can call other groups to come on stage. Thank you. Okay, the people don't come.
Yeah. Kasimene, Nakarale, Yon Kasimene, Nakarale, 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 Yon Kasimene, Yon Kasimene, Yon Kasimene, Mene Wajira come to me, Mene Wajira come to me, so na te to me, Sereme, look me, to me, Sereme, look me, to me, Sereme Anababi, Sereme Anababi, Sereme Ananekwa, Sereme Anamene, Sereme, Sereme Buamene, Sereme Buamene, Mene Wajira come to me, Mene Wajira come to me, Siana, 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 Alumba, Sereme, Nakarale, Yon Kasimene, Nakarale, Yon Kasimene, Nakarale, 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 Yon Kasimene. Mesuana danganua, Mesuana dumenua, Mesuana matanua, Mesuana ikenua, Mesuana danganua, Mesuana dumenua, Mesuana danganua, Mena wajira komtumabe, Mena wajira komtumabe.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Boris. Sabbath, Father bless.
Janale kasam lo kya mam dakalu mem yana dume alegbo
Use the microphone.
awuga sam le kya mam dakalu mem yana dume olumba nale kasam le kya mam dakalu mem yana dume olumba kasam le kya mam dakalu mem yana dume nale pe nawuga sam le kya mam dakalu mem yana dume olumba
Neswalo,
nawuga sam le kya mam dakalu mem yana dume olumba
Neswalo, Neswalo,
nale ta sam le kya mam dakalu mem yana dume olumba naleta sam le kya mam dakalu mem yana dume naleta yana wuga sam le kya mam dakalu mem yana dume olumba na wuga sam le kya mam dakalu mem yana dume olumba yana le ko sam le kya mam dakalu mem yana dume olumba
Go,
kiri. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Really have money to our brother would be this.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I bet more clap for them. Clap for women. Clap for women.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nigeria Ogoni be this one.
That's all.
Wanna do well. Thank you. Father bless you.
Thank
Father
you.
bless
Thank
our
you.
mama
Thank you so
them.
very much. Thank you
Father
very
bless
much.
our mama.
Star Cross Television, and on your screen is still the Morning Star Breakfast Show. As you already know, this show brings to you all wonderful stuff that Star Cross have to offer. We are live here and you're watching Star Cross Television. Before we went to that short break, we had an intense discussion on the topic community initiatives tackling homelessness and poverty. It was really intense and detailed, but something was left. As you already know, I'm not doing this alone. I'm here with Sister Rex AB and also the Fantabulous.
Okay.
AKA Fabulous. Her name is actually Sister Peace Smith. Oh God, I don't even know if you're from this country.
Yeah.
I mean, you just fall from up.
You know, I missed the flight. I had to drop here.
On Sunday there was a promotion of an archbishop where Father was like Smith. I thought Kevin said, I thought Kevin was. I said, is this Smith Dad?
And, so your dad was promoted.
Yeah,
wow. All right. So if you were following the short break period, we had some beautiful performances to entertain you. We had performances right from Mother's Glorification. Last year was some wonderful performances by the Sabbath children. We also had the Peace Feast celebration by Ogoni, the Ogoni People's Peace Feast. It's a very unique one. You know, things other states do celebrate as a state, but don't worry, River States, they're big. Who's big is big. So I think even Akwa Ibom also do something like that. Oron, these Peace Feast, Day March, and that. But don't worry. I hope you really enjoyed what we had cooked up for you, because, like I said, Morning Star is all about educating you and also entertaining you. Not just education, not just being enlightened. You know, we are all of that. But then, don't worry. We also give you entertainment, fun. It has to be fun. So thank you for staying tuned and staying glued to your TV screen all around the time. I'll move straight, like I usually say. I'll move straight into the business of the day, and that brings me to Sister Peace Smith. Now, you know, we've all been talking and she's been, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me.
So now
okay, so that we are going to get from her. I know you guys have been dying to hear her speak. Don't worry, you're going to hear the eloquent, fabulous. All right, so on the said topic, what is your take? What do you think an individual can do to help the community in tackling homelessness and poverty? What do you think could be an individual? I know we've talked about societies, we've talked about farmers, government, we've talked about so many things, but in the case of an individual, because at the end of the day, what things really affect us individually, personally. When I'm hungry, that's not you that is hungry. That's not you that is hungry. So when you're hungry, that's not me that is hungry. So we can never exclude the individual perspective. Okay. So as an individual, personally, in fact, at first I wanted to say, Sister Peace, what are you doing to help tackle homelessness? To help tackle homelessness and poverty. So, but I know you know where I'm coming from, so take it from that.
Okay, thank you so much, Brother Oku. Welcome back, Sister AB. First of all, I'd like to, redress that word where you said if you are hungry, or if I am hungry, you are not the one who is hungry, or it's not Sister AB who is hungry. I feel if we make our brother's problem our problem, if I'm hungry, you're actually hungry.
I will not be.
That's why I said. That's why I said if we make our brother's problem our problem. If you are hungry, I should be hungry. If you are hungry, I should be hungry at the same time. By being hungry is seeing the need to help me. I know poverty, we cannot eradicate poverty like completely, totally. Even even hunger, we can't eradicate it completely or totally, but there are means or ways in which we can help eliminate it. So you asked the question, what as an individual, or what can an individual do to help another person, or to help eliminate homelessness,
tackling homelessness
or
and poverty.
I feel there are lots an individual can do, but you cannot, like in a wider sense, help the society. You understand? But I feel it starts with one person. Now we talked about help showing someone how to fish. You understand? Sometimes you don't really need to give them the fish first. Sometimes it starts with, I'm coming to both ways. Sometimes it starts with helping them to fish. Let's say I'm here now. I know how to, maybe I have a farm. Let's use farm as an example. I have a farm. And I know that when I employ this labor, or these people, that they can actually from there get what to eat. If you come into under me, like you work under me, and maybe I have given you a plot of place to help and be doing these things, and from there you are able to do what you are asked to do, I can help you through maybe giving you some income, or perhaps at the end of it helping you with produce that you can actually sell to have your own. By so doing, I'm empowering you. Exactly. You understand? Let's just say I know how to actually do maybe sew. I know sometimes, like I said, walking along the street, you see people sitting down and you feel like maybe these people are mentally derailed, when in the true sense they are not, they're just homeless. And you feel like, oh, let me bring them into my house and see how I can help them. I don't blame the society, I don't blame the people living in the society, because sometimes these people might end up causing havoc to you or something. But I feel if I'm able to, like, once in a while, just take this. I don't have to let the other hand show. You understand? I don't have to put it on the social media. I don't have to. I can just maybe buy some few things. Give. I appreciate people out there who actually see it as a daily thing they do. When they see people in need, they just have to take this. You can feed yourself for today. You can actually help yourself for today with it. I appreciate those kind of people a whole lot, because by so doing, you have given these people that confidence to live again. You are giving them that encouragement that there is someone out there who truly, respect their living, who truly value them. You understand? If I know how to, let's just say maybe in this community where I know that if I can build a borehole, let's just say maybe I'm financially capable. If I can put in a structure like a borehole, I can actually help someone. Then I have to do it. You understand? Even if it's not just borehole, or maybe where they can fetch water from or get water from. If I can build a hospital, or maybe let's just start from the common, where I can provide electricity or provide a classroom, put in teachers that can tutor those little children, or give them academic awareness on the, academic doesn't stop just by learning what is a noun or a pronoun. You understand? You can put them through in knowing how to do certain things. I remember growing up in primary school.
Let me come in there. So when you establish or build the school, is it that you are giving the education for free?
Yes, of course.
Wow.
I appreciate some of the
not as business.
Not as business. I appreciate government who tend to make education free. By so doing, I know a lot of persons might feel like, oh, well, what's that education? What would you use it and do? Like in the current society, you have to go farming, you have to go this to, build, get something into your pocket. But I believe that if that person can actually have that mental awareness, or maybe that awareness, creativity into doing things the right way, you see that the society would be better. Imagine you putting a set of persons in a classroom, and you'll be like, you teach them, or you put in people to teach them to differentiate what is good and bad. No matter what they're learning, no matter what you're teaching them, there will always be that moral discipline at some point. By so doing, you also help in eliminating crime in the society. Now, talking about homelessness, there is, while in secondary school also, there's this book we read, We Are Homeless, Not Hopeless, something like that. Those people that are there, not that they don't have the hope to live, but you and I can actually do a whole lot by giving them, that hope, you understand, to live. You might not actually, I remember there's this government in our society where they had to like build a place. All those people who had no homes, they had to bring them into that place to stay, you understand, was providing for them at daily basis and all of that. That was a beautiful action. I want to start here and say, like, to those maybe girl children who maybe at some point had to carry unwanted pregnancy and all of that, who does not have any hope, you understand, who feel like, oh, theirs is finished, or there's no other way out. There are other ways you can help them. Build in that confidence in them again. I don't have to put a big factory, you understand, or have that financial capability to put in or structure a big factory for them to come work. Maybe if they are good in sewing, if they are good in this, you just put them there to learn. I might not have the ability to do it, but the little things I can do by giving hands to them. If I am financially at my own average, I can once in a while, give them what to eat. You understand? Put a smile on their faces, even your clothes. I appreciate Brotherhood of the Crescent Star a lot, because every first or so there's what we call charity BCS charity day, where you have to go out there, give things, whatever you have, those things, both new and old. You understand? Just try put a smile on someone's face. By so doing, you're helping them a whole lot. You understand? Both financially, if you have a place for them to stay, that's fine. You pick them up and then put them there, And some of them, okay, if they need medical attention, you try to give them that medical attention. I'm telling you, they might not come back today to appreciate you, but one day they would remember that I was once like this, and then it was through this person God used the person to bless me. So I believe that as people living in the society, we have to be patriotic in all ways that we can. You don't have to have how do they even call it, a van filled with money, a bullion van, you don't have to have that, and then you feel, oh, then that's when you can help someone. Even as you're sitting here, you can be a reason why someone smiles out there. Exactly. You understand? As you might not have the whole money in the world, you might not be so happy to impact another person with that happiness, but the little things you can do to other people, it goes a long way. So whether by finances, whether by showing them how to fish, or whether by giving them, it all boils down to making someone happy. Remember, they are homeless, not hopeless. So let's try to put a smile on people's faces there.
Wow. I told you that you were in for a ride. Thank you so much, Sister P. Smith. That was truly, truly wonderful and very detailed. And if I can pick something, is the part that we should try as much as possible to put a smile on our faces. Like if I can put a smile on your face and you put a smile on Abby's face, Abby put a smile on every other person's face that she meets, I think slowly we can tackle. We can smile, tackle homelessness.
Not
literally. No, I understand. I understand. Okay. No, when we say put a smile on someone's face, it doesn't mean smile to the person's face or anything. It means do something for the person that will make the person smile. So no matter how little it is. So you may see somebody and you have 5,000, 10,000, and you give the person 1,000. You may not know what that would do for the person. It may be that is the completion of the person's house rent. The person was looking for 1,000 to complete the house rent, and from nowhere
it might look funny, but that's the truth.
It may be that's the completion of the person's training fee. Maybe that's the completion. There may be so much. Maybe that's the person's food for the past 2 days. So, but let's try as.
There's a school I went to. I'm sorry for cutting words.
No problem.
There's a school I went to. So the woman was like, she was there. I think schools are planning to write common entrance to this period. So now the woman was like asking the man, please, how much do I need to pay for my child to write her common entrance? Even if it means going as far as selling one of my undies and something. That it was so funny. Like the man was smiling. You don't have to. But this is so. Like when I looked at it, I was like, this woman might be saying the truth. Even if it means having to go sell as little as that. Do you understand? To get that money to pay. The man, let's just say, was smiling because he felt like it's not possible for the woman to sell that, or thinking that, oh, maybe the money is too cheap for that woman to think that she can't afford it. But a lot of persons out there, they are going through a lot. You understand? Sometimes, let's even leave the people that are staying out, maybe by the roadside or something. People who are staying inside, you don't know what they are going through. Do you know what they're really going through? So sometimes even that 1,000 naira you're talking about giving to someone, and you don't know what that 1,000 naira can do to that person at that point. But the truth is, definitely that 1,000 naira would go a long way. I mean, you have to thank God if you have never in your life been in that situation where you feel you don't have even 100 naira. I'm telling you, because a lot of persons out there, not that they are not working hard. Someone would say that if you want to consider someone who works hard, go to the market. You see people who push his truck or wheelbarrow to everything from morning to night, but they're not making it big. They're still living a life hoping that one day it will be better. Do you understand? But you that is there, you are making it big. Sometimes you don't even need to stress yourself. Sometimes you don't even have to, drop a sweat to get that. You have to thank God, because there are a lot of persons out there, no matter how hard they are working, they're still going through a whole lot in life. So 1,000 naira that you think is too small to give to someone, or even 100 naira just paying the way to someone. There was a time something happened, and then the person was like I entered, to be frank, let's do reality check. I entered the bus or something. So that was like my last cash. Then so someone I met, like I knew this person, so the person offered to pay for me, and the person to him might be like, maybe Sister Peace is capable of paying this thing for herself, so let me just pay anyways. But that really meant a lot. I was not lying at that point. That really meant a lot. It meant a lot, because let's just say I never had at that point. That was the last cash, although I was going home. But that was my last cash. You understand? I was like, oh, thank you, Father. So this person. So what are we saying? Smile. Yes, you smile. The person was able to put a smile on my face. So let's leave Sister Peace out of the picture. Let's say someone who has or who does not have the privilege to have more than 1,000 naira to feed in a day. Do you know? Then God, Father decides to use you to provide for this person. That really, really goes a long way.
That's super wonderful. And also, I know you made mention of two categories of people. The ones that work really hard, but they're not really making it big. You that work that hard and sweat a lot, please also still put smile on that people's face. Because you may even get to meet with some of those normal people a lot more regular than the other ones. Then for the other ones, you said there are some people that don't drop a sweat, but they make a whole lot. Well,
do you want an example?
On a light note, right? If you're out there and you don't drop a sweat, but you make a lot of money, try to exercise.
Do you exercise all the time?
Try to exercise so you can drop a sweat. It's very important to drop a sweat. But then I think the moral lesson here is to put a smile on everyone's face. Put a smile. That's a wonderful way I would like to call in this particular question. That question will go to you.
Okay.
But before that, I think we are coming close to the end of this particular program, and we have so many people on our YouTube page and our Facebook page. There are so many comments on there, and I would like Sister Rex AB to give us a rundown of all our people that are hailing us. It's just we know you guys have been very glued to your TV screen. Sister Peace will take the YouTube, while Sister AB will take the Facebook. I think we have like a lot more comments on Facebook today than the one on YouTube. So this is the one on Facebook. But on YouTube first.
Okay, so on our YouTube page, first on the list is Sister Gladys Oyebo. She says, BCS is indeed the light of the world. Thank you, Father. Still from Sister Gladys. She said, unbeatable and Unchallengeable Abba Father. Thy promise are ever sure. From Sister Gladys again, amazing and beautiful. I think this is for the performances that took place. Father bless you so much, Sister Gladys, for always coming through for us. From Sister Eno, Ada Obu. Thank you, good Holy Father, for your beautiful kingdom. Thank you for making your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Thank you so much, Sister Eno. That's all for YouTube fan.
Okay. Here on our Facebook page, we have from Sister Gladys Oyabo again, Unique Kingdom of God Almighty on earth. And we have from Sister Isabella Emmanuel, wonderful. That might be the performance when they were performing. And we also have, from Sister Gladys Oyabo, very interesting and informative program. Kudos to Starcross TV for keeping us connected and informed concerning events and issues happening across the world. Simply the best religion TV station worldwide. Yeah, that's very wonderful. And we also have from her again, very colorful and beautiful dance steps. That was the performance from the Sabbath, and that the Peace Feast from Winning. Yeah. So we have from Sister Charity, lovely voices from Rose. From Rose, we have So Lovely. We have from Sister, I think it's a brother, Mr. Confeniro. We have Thank You, Father. We have Thank You, Wonderful Father from Bro Roland, and we have from Bro Ebong. We have very interesting Thank You, Father, and we also have from Sister Charity again, Good Morning. Yeah, that's just how
all right. We have. Yeah, thank you so much. We just had to make you know that we are seeing all of you. So to our lovers on our YouTube channel, we see all of you. Make sure you come back every morning, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. In fact, just come here every day. Come to our YouTube channel every day. There's always something to keep you abreast with events happening all around the world. Also to our Facebook lovers, do the same. We see all of you. We see what you're doing there. We see you. All right. We will be rounding up the session for today, but we'll round up with this wonderful question. And this wonderful question goes to Sister Rex AB. Okay. After which we can just give our 2 cents. Okay. So it goes to Sister Rex AB.
Yeah.
Now, in the set discussion, right, we've discussed everything, but we've excluded one thing, and that is one thing that, in fact, brought our Heavenly Father to the planet. Okay. You know, our Father have always said, I've not come for those that know me already. Righteous. I've not come for those that are righteous, but I've come for
the sinners.
The sinners. I always like to, in the place of sinners, I always like to say, I've come for the wicked. All right, so we know in the course of everything, in every 12, we always have a Judas. So in the course of, let's make this good, let's make this, we have so many crime happening in between of all of these things. Sister Rex Ebi, what are you doing to eradicate crime from all of these happenings? Don't mind me, that's too direct.
That's so direct.
That's too direct. So what I meant to say is, what can we do?
No, what has she done?
What can we do to make sure that in the course of tackling all of these things, that we are not also involved, like just piling crimes? Because we mentioned the case of 2 billion disbursement. That 2 billion, we don't really know where it's gone to. Exactly. There's no properly. So what measure do you think we can take, whether individually or as a society, to make sure that in the course of achieving a perfect, good society, giving us all our good homes and eradicating poverty, how can we exclude criminals? Okay, how can we prevent crime? I mean, because when I say criminal, it's like I'm picking on people. How can we prevent crime in this case?
Okay, that's a very wonderful question from you, Roku. Yeah, I think our society or the government has really done its best to put punishable things that would help to curtail the crime in the society. But as individual, we should try as much as possible, because this crime, if you look inward, it's from we individual. We are the one affecting the society.
Exactly.
You get, so the crime is coming from we, the people that are in the society, not really. Though government have their own side to play, but we should look inward to ourselves. Like Bro Uku rightly said, our Father came for sinners. And there is also this part that our Father also said that those that will be with him in his kingdom are already written, and those that will perish with the devil. I think it's just there from onset that there will be people. Even our Father was like, if I don't bring if devil is not there to torment you, I don't think you would turn to God and be like, God, please.
If there are no temptations,
if there are no temptation, you will
Exactly.
not look up to God and see the beautiful things God is doing for you. So I just think it's just there working hand in hand according to God's plan. That's the best way I can describe it.
All right, thank you. Sister Peace, you have anything to add there before we close?
I think I have said it already.
All right. Just like she has mentioned, we are rounding up and we are at the end of this discussion or this section of the Morning Star Breakfast Show. This is where we will draw our curtain. But let me just also add a little to what she has said. I will not take up to 10 seconds.
Okay, I'm taking the time.
Yeah, count. All right, so please, Nigerians or whoever you are out there watching, don't go and commit crime and say it's because of God. All right, that's just what I wanted to say. Thank you so much, Rex AB, for coming through and for speaking. It's wonderful being on set with you. I think that's the first time I've been on set with you, and it's like super wonderful. I thank God we'll have to do this again a lot more. And also thank you, Sister P. Smith, for being here with us, and thank you to me, and thank you most importantly for staying glued to your TV screen. It was a wonderful time with you all, and this is where we will say goodbye for now till we come your way again tomorrow. Bye for now.
Bye.
Gospel television, gospel